Hello, the doc is in, and I just have a question to ask. Do you remember your dreams? If you do, then what are they like? You have funny dreams, you have like cryptic, telling the future kind of dreams, or like, are they like telling you something about yourself or something like that? Dreams can really tell you about a person, what kind of dreams they have, if they have any dreams at all. Sleep is just sleep slash dreams are all just very interesting. For me personally, I have vivid, weird dreams. Do they tell the future? No. Are they like deep or anything? Nah. They just don't make any sense. They're just weird as hell. And I feel like I should share them, because why not? I just always have these dreams, and I always tell my IRL friends about them every once in a while. But you know what? Well, I tell my patients, share with my patients. Maybe we can relate on that level. Maybe we can connect, we can bond, really build a better work relationship here. So, with that being said, this is episode number 1 of Doctor's Dreams, and this one will be titled "That Time I Killed My Sister," in a dream, of course. So let me set the scene for you. So I'm at this park or whatever, and it's sunny out, but it's like kind of cool, but it's nice. Got grass out, whatever. And apparently I'm having a picnic with my family members, And then for some reason during the dream, I think my mother invited some Hispanic family to come join us. The Hispanic lady, I remember, she looked kind of older, and she was kind of short. And I was like, okay. I remember distinctly that, like, in the dream, I was kind of mad that they were coming. Because one, I didn't know who these people were. I swore, I was like, we're not related to these people, first off. And second off, do y'all even know who these people are? I was like, no, we were just inviting them to be nice. I'm like, why would you do that? Because my thing was that, I'm like, if they come here, that we gotta share our food with them. And I'm like, I'm not trying to share. What I look like sharing? But we let them join or whatever. And they brought food too, or whatever. And we're eating, getting things, whatever. And then at the end, we're passing out leftovers. I'm like, okay, at least I get to keep the leftovers. My grandma's over here putting leftovers and giving it over to the Hispanic family. I'm like, come on, grandma, come on, do better, Grams, do better. And so from there, basically, my mother asked me to take everybody to drive somewhere, but not the Hispanic family. The Hispanic family is, I think they're cleaning up with us. But my mother's like, oh yeah, take me, your brother, and your sister somewhere. I don't even know where. I think we just needed to drive. So I'm like, whatever. And so we get in a car, but the car is the Batmobile, but it's like the old timey Batmobile. So it's like, I'll put a picture of it, but it's that one right there, that one. And so I'm driving around, and so I start driving. Like, we drive through the picnic area, but also like the picnic area has now become gigantic, or at least we've become small, because I'm like driving through the blanket area. It's like a swivelly road. But anyway, I'm going through there, and then suddenly I just appear in like England. Like, there's like an English area. Like, I'm looking at the buildings around. I'm like, why are these all brick buildings? Why are they all tall and shit? But I'm driving around there, and also, not to mention that it's England, but it's also like futuristic England. We'll get to this. This is an important plot point. And so as we're going, eventually at some point, my mother and my brother get out of the car. Mind you, that means car only fits like 2 people. I don't know how 4 people were sitting in there and I'm driving, but neither here nor there. So they get out of the car. I'm driving with just my little sister, right? I'm driving, and we come to this tunnel, but it's not a normal tunnel because it's a futuristic England. So they got like car elevators, right? It's like really big. It's like steep. We got this like a staircase kind of thing going on. I don't know. And so I get over there, but I don't realize it's an elevator at first. So I'm just like, I guess I'll just go. I mean, we'll see what happens. I just go, and of course, I just fall off this little cliff thing. And so as we're falling, I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna die. So I just kind of hop out the car. But it's kind of like in video games when you hop out the car. So I kind of like come out, but I don't like immediately start falling. Like, it's like it takes a second for the fear, like, oh, you're in midair, you gotta fall. So I'm like kind of floating or whatever, and I basically end up on the floor. I'm perfectly fine. But then the car basically like crashes, it tumbles a little bit, and it explodes. Well, not explodes, but it just crashes, whatever. And I'm like, oh shoot, my sister was still in the car. And so obviously, from there I was like, shoot, I explain this, and like I think a sheriff came, but the sheriff was wearing like, what would I call them? I'll put them on screen too. She was wearing like that brown outfit, like that forest rangers wear. Now I'm explaining to her, I'm like, oh my god, it was an accident, I didn't know, blah 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 blah. And then they call my mother, and she shows up. She's like, what happened? I was like, blah 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 blah. I didn't know there was an elevator or whatever. I'm like, oh no, she's dead now. It was so sad. And from there, my mother was basically like, are you sure she's dead? Like, you should check. And then like I grow in size, like I grow like super big, because like the way, if you want to think about it, like, and when I'm in the setting, I'm like at normal size, but when I need to like check the car, I turn like this gigantic, like, I basically turn into like a human playing with toys. I put like my hand in like not even my hand, my finger in the cockpit of the Batmobile. I'm like touching around, there's like blood all over there and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, I can't feel her, she's dead. And my mother insists, she's like, nah, you gotta check again. I'm touching in there, then I find out apparently she's not dead, she's fine. And so that's basically where the dream ends. That time I killed my sister, but actually no, I didn't, because she's alive by the end of the story. And yeah, and then I woke up. It was a really weird dream. I woke up, I was so confused. I was like, what the hell? And then I thought about it some more. I was like, this is so on brand for the Doctor, because you see, it really would be the Doctor to figure something out like that, like have that mega mind play of like, oh, get out of the car before it crashes so you don't get like obliterated or nothing, and then like completely forget to like mention to anybody else involved that, oh yeah, you guys should also do that. It was terrible. But luckily no parties were harmed, because it turned out everybody was cool because of dream logic. And yeah, that basically includes the first episode of Doctor's Dreams. I hope you like. If you like, leave a like. If you dislike, leave a dislike. Comment if you want to. Tell me about some of your dreams. Do you have cool dreams? Do people die in your dreams too, or am I just a weirdo? You can let me know about that. And other than that, if you're feeling really generous, you're feeling really loving right now, send me a subscribe. I appreciate that. With all that being said, thank you for watching once again, and the doc is out. Peace.